Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for another SmackDown Event Center Wrestling Report. And now, here is the man that will bring you the Wrestling Report, the host of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 1786. How's it going? Saturday, November the 2nd, 2024, 12:40 p.m. And we're going to get ready for Crown Jewel. In fact, Crown Jewel will be on in 20 minutes. So I decided, well, I figured before we get to Crown Jewel, I'll talk about what happened last night on SmackDown in Brooklyn, New York. The final SmackDown before Crown Jewel. Then I will give you my Crown Jewel predictions that I did on the Rant and Rave podcast this past Thursday. The WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax kicks off SmackDown, addressing the Women's Crown Jewel title. Now, here's a big deal about this. It is reported that the Crown Jewel title will stay in Saudi Arabia, but the superstars, the winners of those Crown Jewel title matches, will receive a ring. Now, far be it from me, I will not be very surprised if, now even though Gunther if he wins, he can wrestle cleanly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not above of using that ring as a brass knuckle weapon. And if Liv Morgan or Nia Jax win the matchup, probably the same thing. Somebody's going to take a page out of MJF's playbook, I think. A lot of craziness is happening around here. So, as she's addressing that, saying that she'll beat Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Dominic Mysterio come out, starts talking smack to, and then Liv Morgan starts talking smack to Nia. Tiffany Stratton comes out talking smack to Liv Morgan, but then she says she may cash it in on Nia Jax. Now, Nia Jax. And Liv Morgan starts running her mouth again. Tiffany Stratton punches her. Morgan goes, "Get me a ref." Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton went one-on-one. Nia Jax was arguing with the referee during the matchup, distracting the referee, giving Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, and Raquel Rodriguez free reign to get involved in the matchup against Tiffany Stratton, and ends up winning the match as Liv Morgan beats Tiffany Stratton one-on-one. Morgan did attack Stratton after the matchup, but then Nia Jax decided to grab Tiffany's briefcase and starts waffling everybody, except for Tiffany Stratton, with it. So, a little bit more on that situation. Now, Kevin Owens addressing Randy Orton via video. He said, "Randy, I know I didn't want to do this, but if I have to, I have to. I'll see you at Crown Jewel." Pretty Deadly comes out to face the Street Profits in a tag matchup. And Manuel Miranda, who was a Broadway star, a celebrity in his own right, was there in Brooklyn, Barclays Center. And they were given, Pretty Deadly gave him a CD and some playbills of their musical. Hilarious. You should talk to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He knows people. Anyways. And he knows people, too. Anyways, Street Profits went in a tag match against Pretty Deadly, and B-Fab body slammed Elton Prince during the matchup, and Street Profits ended up winning the matchup after dispatching Kit Wilson. Now, Nia Jax was talking to Tiffany Stratton, goes, "Why are you telling me that you're going to cash in on me?" Listen, I told you that, so that way it could make Liv Morgan think, catch it. I think Tiffany Stratton's playing a little bit more mind games. She probably, they say you don't tell anybody when you're going to cash in. I can understand that, but I think Tiffany Stratton is trying to make everybody think that she's going to cash in on Crown Jewel. But then again, maybe not. Who knows? It's like, you have to be procrastinating. You got to be when it comes to Money in the Bank briefcase, you got to be more of a procrastinator. Say you're going to do it, but then hold back. Say it a little bit of mind games. Come on. Tiffany Stratton, you gotta be smart up here in the old noodle, Miss Stratton. Trust me. But then Bayley and Naomi interrupt them, and then Naomi looks at the title, and Nia Jax says, "Keep that warm for me." And then Bayley and Naomi took on Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Now, before SmackDown went on the air, Indy Hartwell was one of 3 wrestlers that got released by the WWE. So this SmackDown was Indy Hartwell's final SmackDown, as she, Tegan Nox, and Baron Corbin had been released by the WWE. So all of them got 90 days, and I think Indy Hartwell will probably join Steph DeLander in TNA. That's what I'm thinking. That way they can challenge Spitfire for those Knockouts Tag Team titles. Tegan Nox may end up going there too. Who knows? Or AEW. It doesn't matter. All I know is, we're going to miss them in the WWE. And Naomi and Bayley did end up winning the match. Now, Candice LeRae is the Speed Champion, so she's off on her own. I'm sure they're going to work a storyline where Candice LeRae says, Indy didn't do anything for me. I gave her the boot. She's gone. I'm on my own. Well, no, she may align herself with DIY again. And Roman Reigns addresses the Brooklyn crowd and the Bloodline situation. Jimmy Uso with them as well. And Jimmy Uso says, listen, squash this beef with Jay. Let's do this. Jay Uso comes out and addresses Roman and says, listen, we need to be equals. We're equal. You're not my tribal chief. I'm not your right-hand man. I'm your equal. We're Usos. We're cousins. We're family. Family above all. Can we do that? And then Roman just looked at him. Yeet. So we're yeeting with the Bloodline. Yeet. Yeet. Anyways. So Byron Saxton interviewed the Motor City Machine Guns as they became the new tag team champions. And then A-Town Down Under interrupted them and said, hey, next week, Grayson Waller Effect, come on our show. They said, okay. So, Grayson Waller Effect. Oh, by the way, on the Halloween, Piper Niven was dressed as Nick Aldis, and Chelsea Green dressed as Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce was like, oh my gosh. Nick Aldis could not stop laughing. It was hilarious. And I know those two will be up to something. And then the Fatal 4-Way match. Io Sky versus Lash Legend versus Piper Niven and versus Bianca Belair. Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair says, hey, anybody from all 3 brands, take us on. We're fighting champs. Then the 4 ladies on the outside, the partners, Kairi Sane, Jakara Jackson, Chelsea Green, and Jay Cargill, all got involved in the matchup. But in the end, all that chaos and the fracas, the genius of the Sky herself, Io Sky, wins the match. Congratulations to Io. Randy Orton was talking to Cody Rhodes in the locker room. He said, you okay with this? You got Kevin Owens? Well, we got to deal with Imperium. Yeah, well, I got you. Let me know if you need help. I'll see you out there. Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, and LA Knight addressed the U.S. titles triple threat, saying how each of them will walk away the United States champ. Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline addresses Reigns and the Usos. Solo Sikoa is not very happy about this alliance being reformed and is determined to win. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton took on Imperium on the World Heavyweight Champ Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser in a tag team main event. And Rhodes and Orton defeat Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser. Meanwhile, Kevin Owens comes out attacking Orton after the matchup. Gunther attacks Rhodes as well. And Gunther's got Rhodes in a sleeper hold. And the officials are trying to break the whole thing up. But break the whole thing up to end it. So there is that. And that is the final SmackDown before Crown Jewel. However, there is the Crown Jewel picks and predictions. I will run down the card. Roman Reigns and the Usos take on the Bloodline. That will be either Solo Sikoa and the Tongans, or will it be Jacob Fatu or the Tongans? Who knows for sure? No, I think the Bloodline is going to win this matchup because they'll probably have an ace up their sleeve. Now, the World Women's Tag Team title on the line. Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair defending in a fatal 4-way against Damage Control, Kairi Sane and Io Sky, Lash Legend, Jakara Jackson, the Meta Girls, and Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. I'm picking Damage Control to walk out with the gold. Meanwhile, the United States title on the line. LA Knight defending against Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. I'm taking Knight to walk away with the gold. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, one-on-one. I'm picking Owens because Owens has got more of a vicious mind than Orton does right now. Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. Well, Seth Rollins probably will not be in a good shape to take on Reed. I'm picking Reed to win this one. Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax for the Crown Jewel title. I see Nia Jax winning it. And Cody Rhodes versus Gunther For the men's Crown Jewel Championship, I picked Gunther to win the Crown Jewel Championship. Well, that is it. That is all the time that I have on this episode 1786. And I'll talk about what happened on AEW Rampage. And then we got the Card Sharks episode. We still got that going. And everything else in between. So, until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doing for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with O'Regan Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.